What is up, guys? It's Mike here, and today we are going to be listing off all the trucks from Mix 9 or Series 9 from, in my opinion, the least good one to the absolute best. Alright, so I'm going to start this video off by showing you guys all the Mix 9 trucks. There is currently one truck not on there, and that is none other than Mohawk Warrior, because that was the back of the packaging, and as you guys do know, whatever truck is in the package is not on the back. However, I do have all right here. This is all the wristbands that come with those trucks, and there's only 3 wristbands here that are completely different, and that is Max D, which is the black one, we got Mutt Dalmatian, which is the pink one, and Gravedigger, which is the green one. And those 3 are different because they have different designs in them, and they also say the truck's name, which is pretty cool. So I do like how Spinmaster does have a unique approach with that, at least, so I think that's really cool how they have, I guess, the 3 most popular trucks, or whatever, to have the name, so it's a little different there, and I thought that was a pretty cool thing to point out. Now, I'm going to list these trucks just like in my previous videos from the previous mixes of last year, from the truck, in my opinion, which I think was the worst out of the whole mix, to the truck to which I think was the best truck out of the entire mix. Now, these are strictly my opinions. If you guys want, and you want to voice your opinion, put down below what truck you think was the best in your opinion. So with that being said, let's start this countdown, and we are going to start with the truck that I thought was the worst in this mix, and that is none other than this one right here. Alright, so the truck, in my opinion, that I thought was absolutely the worst one out of at least Mix 9 is none other than Mutt Dalmatian. Now, a couple reasons for this. The one being, we saw so many Dalmatians last year, so it was kind of like you see it on the list and it's just like, okay. And another thing was, we really wanted maybe the ears down or a different unique design for 2020. So I'm not too thrilled on this. You know, it's basically another Monster Mutt, which we've already seen countless times last year. Different rims, different chassis, different colors underneath. I was kind of hoping for the ears down, and that really brought this truck down low for me. You know, if you're a diehard fan of Monster Mutt or Dalmatian, then, you know, you might be like, why? But, I don't know, just looking at the variants and how many we had last year, I feel like we should have really had a different one here. Maybe with the ears down, something along those lines. But yeah, Monster Mutt, definitely the last truck on this list, at least in my opinion. And now moving on to the next truck. This was pretty tough for me, but it's gotta be this one. So Jurassic Attack, my opinion, there's just too much blue going on here. It's just kind of weird. I kind of wish we saw a different paint job one. I know there's a green one and maybe a purple one, or they could have went back to the tan one, the original one. And I thought that would have been cool. We did see a blue Jurassic Attack last year, which was kind of like, okay, cool, we had that coming out, that's all cool and fine and dandy and everything. But this year, I feel like they could have made a different color one. The Nitro Neon look, I like Nitro Neons, but it just does not match this. This is just kind of weird for me to look at. It was really tough to put this truck near the bottom because I do like Jurassic Attack, but you know, with the facts that I think the Nitro Neon series or set is kind of like dying off after this year as well, it's just, I don't know, it was a little biased. I was going to put this truck last, but I do like Jurassic Attack, so it was pretty tough not to put this dead last in this mix. Hopefully we will see a zombie version of this. That would be really, really, really cool, and I really hope Spinmaster does that. The next truck in this list, and this was kind of tough because I kind of wanted to put this in my top 5, but I just really, really couldn't, and that's none other than Mohawk Warrior. So this truck basically is a copy and paste of the truck from last year, but the only major difference is the fact that the Mohawk on this one is actually done right. So I really wanted to put this ahead of the next truck. I just couldn't. And one cool thing is I do believe this one is going to be in the Zombies vs. Hunters, and I think it will be a zombie, so I cannot wait to see that one. Just, with the trucks in this mix, it was really hard to put this near the top. Maybe if they changed up the rims, the roll cage, it made it look a little different just besides the Mohawk. It may have been a little higher. I could not put it ahead. It could not just crack my top 5 with just the Mohawk, which is kind of weird because that's the main thing about this truck. But I don't know. I just feel like maybe they could have changed up the rims or roll cage or chassis. I don't know. I mean, I do like the 3D printed grille, but with this mix, it just barely missed out the top 5. And speaking of the top 5, this was pretty tough because this truck was really hard to find, and I'm pretty sure this set is dying off as well, and that's the Overcast series. So another thing against Zombie here is the fact that we've seen so many zombies last year, so in a way it's like we could have did without this truck, but the fact that Spinmaster made this truck actually right with the yellow reddish eyes and the brain and all that, really cool how they let that red and yellow as well. Now, Overcast, I like this series. I don't want to see it end. I think there's a lot of other trucks like Dragonoid or something like that that can be made, which would look cool. It's just in this set, Series 9, really hard to put this anywhere near the top 3, but I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm not going to like if Overcast is basically done. And yeah, this truck was pretty rare, so really tough. It was actually really tough to put this one ahead of Mohawk Warrior, but I do like Zombie more, so a little biased. Alright, and the next one was really tough to pick because both these trucks, I like them for different ways, if you will, and the truck that's number 4 on this list is none other than Gravedigger. So the reason why this one is so high is because this is probably the most accurate Gravedigger in a 1/64 scale I've ever seen. By saying that, I mean it's got the BKT on the tire, it's got the full flame wrapping, and we never actually did see a full-on Gravedigger that looked exactly like the real-life truck in its original form like this. Yeah, we saw the inverse one last year, we saw a couple other ones like the fire one that had the full flame wrapping, and I think it was a Kristen Anderson, but that one had the pink rims and everything. So to actually see a Gravedigger that looks exactly like the real life truck with the right rim color, the only thing honestly missing is probably the green bead block, if that, but this thing does look just like the real life truck, and for that, I'm going to have to place it number 4. Gravedigger is one of my favorite trucks, so even though this truck might be a peg warmer and it might be on the bottom of the list for a lot of people, I just think the realistic look it has compared to the real truck definitely gives it a little bit of brownie points because we never seen a realistic Gravedigger that matches the real life truck with the flames, just everything. So yeah, really tough not to put this in my top 3. Speaking of my top 3, we're going to start off with this truck right here, and there's one main reason why. So this truck, Octon8er, really cool. I think Spinmaster did amazing with the detail on this. The way they basically made the suction cups a little more, more color. They added that kind of red in there. Last year's Octon8er, if you remember, the suction cups actually did not line up with the 3D print when you ran your finger across it. It was kind of like off. Everything looks great. And another big brownie point on this truck, and definitely for people that make customs, is that see-through roll cage, or that see-through chassis. I think that looks amazing. I think that's really cool. I also like the fact that the blue matches basically the ocean, and it's basically, if you think about it, if you look at this, it's like an octopus or something like gliding on the top of the ocean or something like that. I think that looks really, really cool, and I think this truck, it was really hard not to put this in my top 2. But this one is really, really nice, and it definitely is probably the most underrated truck out of Series 9 or Mix 9. Alright, so now for my top 2 trucks. Now this was pretty tough, pretty hard to pick. Now I go based off basically color schemes, what the truck has, if the truck's realistic, all that. So The truck number 2 out of this list, in my opinion, is none other than Dragonoid. And the reason why this truck is number 2 and not number 1 is because obviously we've never seen a golden Dragonoid in real life. But the way Spinmaster made this color scheme really blend and really look nice, with just the silver wing inside the wings, the silver horn, they made it match the chassis really good. Just the rims look good. This truck all around looks really, really nice. And I do like Dragonoid. I think it's really cool how they made it basically an expansion, because this is another Dragonoid, I guess, in that game or show or whatever it is. And Arius, or something like that. So it would be really cool, in my opinion, to see Dragonoid run the Monster Jam event if it was gold, and under that persona. I think that opens the door to something like that. I think that's really cool. I just think this thing looks really mean. When I first saw this, I was like, wow, that looks weird, like a gold series or something like that. But Spinmaster did good on it. I'm really happy they didn't change the eye color. I love how the eye is still green. It's just minor details like that, how the Dragonoid name is basically different on the side. It's just an overall cool looking truck. I really like it. I like Dragonoid. I like Cameron Murphy. So yeah, it's pretty cool that Spinmaster took basically their mascot truck and made it into another persona from their game or show, and it basically pulled off. It looks really cool. So that's really awesome. And of course, the number 1 truck is none other than Max D Blackout Edition. So this truck is definitely my favorite on this list, and probably a lot of people's favorite on the list. And the reason being is a lot of people wanted this truck. We had a lot of Max Ds last year, a ton of Max Ds. Ones that looked really good, ones that looked really odd, ones that just, why? But this one I'm really happy with. I love that matted black color. I love the details that went into basically the flames on the front and the back. I love how basically they left the 11-time champion up here and they didn't change it to 12-time champion. I love the BKT on the tires. Just this whole truck looks really, really good. I like, the silver, how it shines in the light on Max D, on the front, the back. This thing just looks amazing. It looks just basically kind of like the real truck. There is a little bit of a difference. I think there is something missing. I can't put my mind on it, or I can't think. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me. But to finally see this truck in a die-cast form done right is pretty cool. I really, really like this truck. This is something really stealthy looking, really cool looking. I think Spinmaster did an amazing job with this. I really, 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 really hope that Spinmaster does come out with a 5-pack of Max D, but I think it's going to be Avenger. But if they can get something like a 5-pack of Max D or History of Max D like they did with Gravedigger, that would be amazing. That'd be really, really cool. All in all said and done, Mix 9 was kind of weird. There wasn't really a truck that really stood out to me until I really looked at these things and I really saw them for what they were. So it was kind of tough to pick a best truck out of the mix. I think Spinmaster is going to have a great year in 2020. We've seen a lot of new things so far this year, and it's only April. We've seen a new Dirt Crew or Dirt Squad set. We've seen Creatures, which was completely weird, like how, that's going to work out. So I can't wait to see what else Spinmaster has for us down the road, and I think we're off to a really good start. Mix 9 might not be the best mix all year, and it might be one of the worst ones, but who knows, it's only going to get better from here. And the main thing is we got 2 really good trucks, well, 3 really good trucks in my opinion, and yeah, so I can't wait to see what Spinmaster has in store for us this year. And with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments what trucks you thought were the best this year, or this Mix 9, and what trucks you didn't really think were good at all, or ones we could have did without. And yeah, so I really cannot wait to see what Spinmaster has for us down the road. It's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be a great year, and just better things are on the way. So I cannot wait. I know you guys can't wait. And like, subscribe, do all that because we got a ton of videos coming out this year. We are working hard to make content. So I will see you guys very, very shortly.